Hello, Alex.
Hello, Andrew.
We're back again
We are back again.
with episode 11 of the universe's premium business podcast, Brains on the Outside.
This is absolutely true. What is Brains on the Outside, Andrew?
Brains on the Outside is a comedy podcast about ridiculous business ideas.
We take the ideas that you have in the shower or the pub and we turn them into really stupid, big businesses that solve real world problems.
Yeah, exactly. Real world problems, I think, is the key there.
Yeah.
These ideas, very outside brainy.
What is an outside brain?
Well, I guess it'd be the opposite of an inside brain. So this isn't inside the box thinking. This is properly out there, ridiculous things.
It's not just outside of the box, it's outside of our actual brains.
Yeah, we're way past the box now.
Yeah. we're out to the middle of nowhere. All right, cool. Should we just crack on and get on with our first idea?
Let's do it. Yeah. So I've had an idea. I've been thinking about it, and I kind of know your thoughts. Make this into a real business.
Okay, let's do it.
So, I was thinking about how I had a hamster recently. Balthazar, I loved her, but I was thinking as well about when I imagine a lot of children have hamsters. So you can imagine your daughter. She's a hamster, loves the hamster, but one day the hamster, goes to hamster heaven.
Yeah.
What do you say to your daughter? I think it's quite popular, maybe sort of try and smooth out the brutal truth there and be like, oh, well, the hamster went up to the hamster farm in Aberdeen. And when she's like, oh, can I go see him? Oh no, I'm sorry, like 5-year-olds, they can't go to the hamster. Only 6-year-olds can go. But now Alex, a year has passed and she wants to go to the hamster farm in Aberdeen. But what do you do? My business idea is we run that farm.
Oh.
We have a farm up in Aberdeen or wherever you said to sort of swoop in and save the day here. There'll be hamsters there. There'll be all sorts of animals, all sorts of things. You could take your child and not the lie, but that can continue.
Two things. I'm really interested that you chose Aberdeen as a place that both of us have lived.
Yeah.
That's the place where hamsters would go for a nice life. One of the coldest, greyest places in the universe. Yeah, and that's where they did, not the Maldives. They went to Aberdeen. Yeah, I understand this. Like, parents get themselves into this sort of trouble all the time. Mm-hmm. We're sitting here in my parents' basement. My parents have there's a car park for the buildings that they live in, mm-hmm. and that car park has a big electric gate.
Okay.
There's a clicker that we all call the zapper that opens the car park door.
Right.
Gate. It's not a door. It's a gate. It opens the gate to the car park. For a very long time, my youngest daughter has believed fully that the way that you open the gate is by blowing.
Oh, that is adorable.
Like that. And so every time we pull up to the gate, she's like,
oh, you're booping the zapper,
frantically scrabbling around for the zapper to open the gate.
Mm-hmm. Does she still believe that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is going to come a time of reckoning where we have to explain to her that isn't the truth, that's not what actually happens, and that's gonna be a situation, right? So
immediately, where my head goes here is that this business, we would have actors probably paid.
Yeah.
You'd maybe text and be like, oh, we're going to walk past the gate.
Yeah.
And they would be there and you just coincidentally see them blowing on the gate and it would open. Just so this other reality you created for her was a bit strengthened. She was like, oh, other people are blowing on the gate as well. It must be true.
What if we just made it true? What if we just made it so that actually the gate does open when you blow on it?
You put a little sensor there.
Yeah.
Little you blow in it. And, yeah, I like that's amazing. Because I bet that's kind of the hamster idea as well. We've taken this thing and we've made it a reality.
Yeah. Yeah, we go around and we dig up your hamster and
clone it. Yeah.
And then it goes to, because I tell you the other thing about that is once a parent has, this isn't true of all parents, but was true for us. Once a parent has had a hamster in their house, mm-hmm. and then once the hamster sadly passes away, you don't want that fucking thing back.
I loved Balthazar with all my heart, but I don't think I'd want another hamster.
It's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of work.
Surprisingly a lot
It's a
of
small
effort.
creature.
Yeah, and if it's, so you don't want that, but we
Up in Aberdeen.
in the Aberdeen,
Yeah.
in the Aberdeen is heaven, is hamster heaven. In hamster heaven in Aberdeen, we have those. We look after Balthazar for you, and you can come and visit.
Is it the cloned Balthazar?
The cloned Balthazar. Yeah.
I think there's lots of situations. So I don't have a child, so I don't have the opportunity to lie to children very much.
Mm-hmm.
But Santa.
Whoa.
Oh. Okay, right. The Tooth Fairy.
Wow.
Oh no!
I tell you, no. With the Tooth Fairy, the biggest, like, sometimes you get questions: is Santa real? How does Santa do the thing? How does the Easter Bunny? Where does the Easter Bunny come from? How does the Easter Bunny get the eggs? The question you never want to have to answer as a parent is: what does the Tooth Fairy do with all of the teeth?
Because it ain't gonna be nothing good, is it?
There's no good answer to
it's
that.
always gonna be something pretty grim.
She's building a palace out of teeth. He's grinding them up to make magic dust. I don't know.
That
It's
sounds like
weird.
something you'd say to a child. I think the true answer is he puts them in. He's a lot of teeth now.
It's a lot of teeth. Yeah. Yeah, but there are millions of things that people like that, grow, like all those things as a parent, when a child asks you a question and you don't know the answer to it, and you come up, like so many parents, and you shouldn't do this, like you really shouldn't do this, but you do it anyway. When you don't know the answer, you make it up. Like there's a ton of Calvin and Hobbes cartoons about the fact that his dad just makes up solutions to like difficult questions, but we would
come in, swoop in. Oh, how does Santa fly around the world so fast? Whatever, he's magic. And then we'd come in with the evidence, with the physics, solve all the equations, be like, there you go, 5-year-old. It's this checks out. This works
out. That's it. Why does the middle of the record go around faster than the outside of the record, or the other way around? I forget which way it is.
Well, the tracks in the middle of an album are naturally faster. And then we'd pay a bunch of like record labels to put all the fast songs in the middle of the record.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where does rain come from?
Well, that's actually a difficult one, Alex. Well, it's just very, very wet out in the universe.
Yeah.
It's just like an ocean out there.
Yeah. What is the smell of dark matter? It smells like broccoli.
I don't know. Then we just go to CERN with a lot of broccoli, and we would make this reality.
We make it happen, yeah. That's right. We retrofit the universe to make dark matter smell like broccoli.
I do. It's kind of sweet and wholesome going through all this effort to make up this, to make this a truth.
Yeah.
You've convinced them that the fast song is going in the middle of the record, and now it is your life's goal to make that true. You're calling up Olivia Rodrigo, being like, "Please, for your next album, slow stuff on the outside." Fast stuff on the inside. You gotta do this for me.
I think the really stupid thing about that is we've also got it the wrong way around, because it's the outside that travels faster than the inside, isn't it? Yeah.
So you think this is viable? As a parent, would you be in for this?
I mean, as a parent, I would definitely sign up for this. As an investor, I'd be like, what the fuck?
So our ad today is from a new startup. They sell beds.
Oh, nice.
It's very exciting, actually. I'm quite interested in it. Because I've actually had this up before. I was going to IKEA recently, and I noticed that children's beds aesthetically are a lot more exciting than grown-ups beds. Like, their bunk beds, naturally very cool. But when I was out, the one I was quite jealous of was the ones that look like sports cars.
Oh,
but they're all tiny little cots. And I'm like, I can't, that ain't going to work for me.
You're a big boy.
I'm a big grown-up boy. I need a big grown-up bed. This startup, though, called Grown-Up Beds for Grown-Ups, will take this sort of aesthetic design and make it king size. So right now they're offering a king size bunk bed.
Whoa.
Structurally very difficult to make, I hear. And a king size sports car bed.
Yeah, man. I mean, these are amazing. A king size bunk bed, that opens so many questions in my mind that I'm just going to gloss over. But that sounds really good. And I've heard that they also have a second tier for this.
They do. That's correct.
Yeah.
It's very exciting, very expensive, but I'm excited by it.
Yeah, where they take an actual car and just chop the top off it and put a mattress in.
Does the size of car dictate the size of mattress that goes in?
100%. Yeah. That's right. If you want a Ferrari, that's quite a small bed. Like you're just gonna get a regular double in that. If you want a king size, you're gonna have to get a Humvee. That's a lot more bed for your buck.
Can you still drive the car
while asleep?
Is there a boutique service where you can give them, like, I don't know, like I think about the first car I had.
Yeah.
You give them that and be like,
oh man,
that's more expensive, but like, can you just make my car into a bed now?
Oh, if you have like if you have a car that is dear to your heart. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't drive, but I did have a car when I was 17. Uh-huh. It was a Fiesta Festival that belonged to my granddad. Yeah.
And now you can sleep in that every single night.
It would have been fucking cramped if I turned that into a car. Yeah. There you go. Cars that last forever.
Cars that last forever, and that you can sleep in.
Yeah. Grown-up beds for grown-ups.
So that was a wonderful ad.
Yeah.
I would buy that from a definitely real company.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're about to enter into what we call the next segment of the show, and it's quite exciting. It's a reader submission. So I think maybe before we get into it, Alex, could you inform us all how you, dear listener, could get in touch with us?
Absolutely. So we have 3 ways to get in touch with us, right? You can contact us via email, which is what most people do. Mm-hmm. brainsontheoutside@gmail.com. You'd be surprised how many people email us. We love it. It's wonderful.
Quite a lot. It's great.
Yeah, it's good. You can check us out on Instagram, Brains on the Outside, mm-hmm. or you can check us out on Twitter, Brains Outside. The other thing that you could do for us, which would be the absolute best thing that you could possibly do, the best, is actually just tell your friends about this podcast, because we're desperately trying to grow it. Someone ridiculously has invested in this podcast, and we now have amazing podcast mics. So we actually need to put a bit of effort in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, exactly. And if you really, really want to push the boat out, give us a little rating on iTunes, or on Apple Podcasts, or on Spotify. Just to add a little review there as well. Like we've got consistently 5-star ratings from the people who have rated us so far. But yeah, that would be good. It turns out this week, Andrew, that we've actually reached every continent on the planet.
It's very exciting. Last week was the most popular week ever for the show, and last episode is the most anyone's ever listened to an episode in the first 7 days. I
just realized that it's not every continent. My wife would be like, "You haven't reached Antarctica yet."
That's a difficult. That's a extend the goalpost too far, I think.
That's too far. I mean, that now is my only goal. If you know someone on Antarctica who might listen to the podcast, please do that, because we want it in our stats. That would be the best. All right, let's crack on with the PM segment of the show.
PM segment.
So, Andrew, one of our dear listeners, mm-hmm. a very dedicated listener.
This isn't actually the first email he sent.
It's not. It's true. Has written us in a little problem here. The pseudonym. I can't say that word.
Pseudonym.
Yeah, pseudonymous. Yeah. The pseudonymous. Fucking hell. Kendrick Crappington Pitt. .eth. Brackets.
That's a classy guy.
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Has written in. I'm just going to read a bit of his email out here, because he's presented us with quite a specific problem that we need to solve, right? Gentlemen, as you probably know, I'm a success-oriented, needle-pushing growth hacker, interactively disseminating progressive niches. I'm all over the social medias. There are literally 12 people following me on LinkedIn. The problem I've identified with being really, really successful is you quickly become too successful. Sounds trivial, I know, but the driveway of my improbable 80s Cheshire mansion is so jammed packed with stretch limos that the Amazon delivery people can't actually get through to bring me my protein powder and energy bars. So
That's a big problem.
that's part of
That's
the
a big
problem.
problem.
The bigger problem, though, is with a success, there's a creeping danger. Next year, people will expect me to do even better still, which is a lot of hard work. And hard work interferes with the time I set aside for reading LinkedIn thought pieces. So, could you devise a product or service to make me less successful? Not completely unsuccessful, just a way of keeping boundless success under control. Something seamless and plug and play that I can drop into my workflow and just keep the success in check.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Andrew.
Right. I love it. Such a good problem.
Yeah, such a good problem to have, isn't it?
Right off the top of my head, plug in for your Chrome browser.
Yeah.
Every time you try to post on LinkedIn and you're like, got a new job promotion,
Yeah.
through AI magic, it realizes this is a success. And it's like you just can't hit post. You just graze the box out.
Graze the box out.
You can't press it.
Yeah. I got really heavy shoes just to make you walk slower.
Oh,
So you
physically slow you down.
physically slow you down.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Put a limiter on your car. You're not
Yeah.
going over 45 miles an hour anymore.
Yeah. Like to throw back to a previous episode with CEO Door, just like very slightly annoying to open doors
Yeah.
throughout your entire office. So it just takes you a little bit longer to get anywhere.
Could we like follow you around and make sure like you're walking down the street, we bump into you, slip things, that's it, you've missed your bus.
Yeah. What about we just introduce someone into your office who's just pranking you? They
Constantly.
just fucking love pranks. So like they're doing that thing where they put a little like a bit of paper over your mouse sensor, so you're sitting your mouse and you're like, what the hell's going on with
why am I
this?
moving? Yeah.
Yeah, they print out a picture of your screen and stick it onto your actual screen. And so you're like, oh my god, my computer's broken because nothing's moving anymore.
Plug cables out the back of it.
Exactly. They're doing pranks that just like soak your trousers, so you just have to go and change your trousers sometimes. Just like, yeah.
Every time you go into the office first thing, they've just changed your desk. Like the screens are in the wrong place, your chair's too low, it takes like 5 minutes to solve it. They've hidden your favorite mug.
Yeah. We introduce like full hot desking, including your desk, and every day there's someone else is sitting in your desk.
What would the flip of all this? We get a guy in who doesn't want to prank you, but it's just like trying to get you involved with things.
Oh,
She's
man.
like, table football right now, let's go. Got a cup of coffee? Oh, we're going for beers now, we're coming with us. So your day is just constantly getting disrupted.
Nice. And they're doing all the stuff that you like.
Yeah, it's so nice as well. You feel bad to say, no, yeah, I guess I can play another game of table, a fourth game. Yeah, okay. Like,
Yeah, we just have like axe throwing installed in your office. Just all the cool stuff.
there's that sort of like Silicon Valley cool office design, which is I'm not sure I'm a fan of, but you have like slides and stuff. But we go in and your office is just that. It's constant distractions and people being like, oh, do you want to go on this slide?
What if we just make the slide a circle? You just go round and round and round and round and round. You jump on it, you're like, oh fuck, no. You're on there for 20 minutes before you slow down and get off. It's just really greased
In
up.
a loop, yeah.
Yeah.
This could suck a lot of your time out of your day.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a nice way of getting distracted as well. You're not like, you're making a friend maybe.
Yeah.
When you're ready to go for lunch, you're ordering like a small thing. Maybe you got a sandwich, but like this actor we've hired to distract you is like, well, what if we just went and got an enormous meal? An enormous cooked meal. And you're there, you've had like a 3-course meal. You go back to the office, you're getting nothing done by it. You are ready. We've cranked up the heat. We're playing like really like white noise, really slow jams, and you are so tired. We've secretly switched out your chair at this point as well for a way comfier chair.
You walk into your office and there's a full-size car bed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In the corner, and you're just like, oh man, that looks real cool. I could just go and lie in that. Yeah, that's I mean, that's great. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What if there was you know how there's like a corporate firewalls to stop you looking at the the bad boy websites. What if it's that? But we go way too far. Like every day you get email from IT, like, oh, we still haven't quite figured out the firewall. But it's like blocking things like the intranet, your company. It's blocking things like Google,
Stack Overflow.
Stack Overflow is done for you.
Yeah, that's good. I really
we
like.
hire a team of software engineers that whenever you're not looking, just will insert bugs into your code.
What if we put the cookie request thing, but we put it everywhere?
Every website.
Like literally, no, not even just every website, just literally everywhere. You walk into the coffee shop at the office and someone comes up to you with a big piece of thing. It's just like
GDPR
thing. Yeah. You need to sign. You need to press the button. And every option is really complicated. If you want to opt out of marketing emails, it's like, do you not want to sometimes not receive more than one email? Maybe never. And you have to choose do I tick the box or do I not tick the box? I'm just trying to get a cup of coffee in the canteen, but I don't want the spam emails. And so we got a double there. One, spend the time thinking about the cookie thing or the marketing thing. And two, if you get it wrong, you just get a lot of spam emails.
Oh, that's really good. You're getting distracted either way.
Yeah.
How much time, if you have an 8.5 hour day, how much time do you think we've removed from that with all this ideas? Everything we said in the last 5 minutes was dunked into your office you're working right now, Alex. How much of the percentage of your day do you think is gone?
This is a really interesting question because, of course, like Tim Ferriss, infamously productive, in inverted commas, man, talks about a 4-hour work week. So we have to remove a lot of time. Right.
That's the concept of you're only productive for 4 hours. Maybe we need to give you things that like make your brain crunch. That will wipe out that productive part of your day for your brain.
Oh man, everything's a puzzle.
Everything. You log in and the password thing, it's not like a game of Wordle. A really hard one though. It's like a really obscure word.
Wordle everywhere. Do you want a cup of coffee? Yeah, you got a Wordle for that.
Yeah. You want to get out of the car park? Well, you want to play me in this game of chess?
Yeah. What hotel room are you staying in tonight at this conference? It's a Sudoku to find out.
We get your unproductive time with like sort of organized fun. We get your productive time with extremely complex puzzles.
Yeah.
And you're wiped out.
Nice. That's your brain stuff gone, right?
Done.
There's that whole thing about Obama not making any extraneous decisions, but we're forcing you to make extraneous decisions all the time. Like, yeah, he was like brown suit on one day, blue suit on the next day. But for us, your wardrobe's just every color of suit. You have to make a choice first thing in the morning. We just wipe you out. Every single piece of clothing that you wear is one massive decision.
There's an extremely complicated dress code now in your office.
Yeah. It changes every day.
Extremely complicated. It's like, so on Mondays we wear pink, but only if it's the third Monday of the month on a month that ends with an R and it's this year. And also these two people aren't in because then you'll clash with them and you have to sit there and be like, oh God, what?
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes like it'll be like, oh, you can only wear pink if like, you know, Steve isn't in. And you're like, oh, who's Steve again? Steve doesn't work at your company. You can't fight him. You ain't fighting this guy.
Andrew, that was Brains on the Outside, man.
That was episode 11 of Brains on the Outside.
It really was.
I hope we answered Mo's email. I think the answer is really complicated dress code.
I 100% think that the answer is really complicated dress code. It's really good. I will be now going home to go and sleep in my
big boy grown-up bed.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of a funny car, but I can't think of one. Reliant Robin bed.
It's really wobbly.
Yeah, it's really wobbly. It's for my core.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got to keep my core strong. That was great. So let's just recap real quick. How can people get in touch with the show?
There's 3 ways. There is an email address, which is brainsontheoutside@gmail.com. There is our Twitter, which is brainsoutside. And there is finally our Instagram, which is brainsontheoutside. And either way, perfect for us. And if you have like 5 minutes, please, we would love it if you left us a review. And again, if you thought it was even mildly entertaining, if you told your friends, that would mean the world to us.
We still stand by if you email your friends introducing them to the show and cc brainsontheoutside@gmail.com, we will do you a specific bit in the show.
I love how we're doubling down on this. This is guerrilla advertising.
Yeah. Aggressive. That's good. Wonderful. Until next week, Andrew, keep your brain on the outside, man.
Keep your brain on the outside.